In this video, I'm going to share why your CRM is probably hurting your company and it has nothing to do with the CRM you're using. Your CRM should be the centralized source of truth for customer and revenue related data. I'm going to share the most common CRM challenges companies face today, how this actually affects your team's performance, and the quickest and most efficient solutions. But before I do, let me ask you a question. What if your sales team or your customer success teams had access to instant notifications of all these things that I'm sharing with you right now? The biggest ones that we see if there's a new opening, if there's a system upgrade, a customer win, a new contract sign, private equity investment or mergers and acquisitions, sustainability initiative, job posting for growth, and product line expansions. You can read these as well, but the big ones that I want to share with you are the two at the bottom. And that is when there's a leadership change at a company, or there's a contact or champion that switched to another company that matches your ideal customer profile. Because they've already worked with you in the company they were at, and now they moved to another company that also matches your ideal customer profile. That would be a huge win for your company. And just think about all the thousands of people that are moving companies every week and every month if we can maximize reaching out to those people in real time while they make the announcement. I'm going to show you the exact workflow in a minute, but first, let's talk about some different challenges. The first one is different input processes. Too many people inputting data and they're all doing it differently. Each team member has their own process for updating or adding leads or contacts to the CRM. This leads to inconsistencies, duplications, which is a big problem, and obviously data gaps. The second CRM challenge is too many sources of data. Outbound campaigns, website form submissions, ads, webinar registrants, and conference attendee lists all contribute to a diverse influx of data. This results in a lot of duplications where there's no dedupe process. The third and last challenge I'm going to talk about is out-of-date data. After 2 years, 20 to 40% of the people in your CRM have probably changed jobs. Emails are no longer valid, etc., etc. If you're emailing these people, this can dramatically damage your domain by sending emails to non-existent addresses. We really want to keep the bounce rate below 1%. And a lot of companies are refreshing their data every quarter or every month, which can be very time-consuming and laborious. Our AI automation flows are the solution for all these because it removes all human error. And one of the biggest challenges, it doesn't allow for that real-time trigger showing intent, those buying signals that I shared with you earlier. There are thousands of these buying signals. I just put a few in there because obviously otherwise we'd be here forever. But just to give you an idea, we can customize whatever those buying signals are for your company and use AI within our workflows to be notified when that happens for that specific contact. So now let's talk about some solutions. So first of all, with our system, we minimize sloppy manual entries. We create a specific form for all manual entries so the data collected is the same every time. Team members only need to provide core data points like name, the domain, LinkedIn profile, etc. And our automated workflows fill in the rest. Most times, all we need is the work email and we can get all of the data that I shared with you earlier. And the solution for too many sources of data is that we route all data, regardless of its origin, through a single clean data workflow. Workflow checks whether the lead's email or identifying information already exists in your CRM, and only if the data is actually new does our system create a new contact or opportunity in the CRM. If not, then we just update the existing. And the solution for out-of-date data, which I'll show you a workflow in a minute, but one of the things that we do is we add a last enriched date and can be added to any record in your CRM, and custom rules for update frequency. What that does is allows for efficient automated updates. So in your CRM, what we want to do is we want to enrich the contacts. We obviously have their name. We want to make sure the email is valid. Remember, we want to keep that bounce rate below 1%. We want to get or enrich their personal and or company LinkedIn profile URLs. We want to get their phone number, both company and mobile, which we can get. We want to obviously enrich their job title if they've moved jobs, company size and revenue, domain, tech stack if they're using specific tech stack, if that's relevant for your business, and obviously the industry. Sometimes the industry is really good with your CRM if you want to do, let's say there's a change in a specific industry and you want to do an outreach that relates to your value proposition, then you can segment based on industry within your CRM and do a campaign. So that's just the basic CRM arrangement, which is all automated. You're going to save thousands of hours per year with your team. They can focus on doing sales calls and managing your clients. But the real cool thing is this. So now that we have accurate contacts, which are updated however often we need to update them, now we can monitor two big things, and the rest of them are also important, but these two are huge. So let's say, for example, right now you have a champion. You have a client that you love, they love you, you've done great work for their company, and they move to another company. Whether they're promoted or not, they move to another company, and that company can also benefit from your product or service. You want to reach out to them, and you want to reach out to them quickly when they are promoted or they move companies. And the second thing is if someone gets promoted, you want to congratulate them. This may be more for customer success teams, just to show that you're following what they're doing, you care about them, and you want to be able to manage that client in that way. Now, other things, and like I said before, there are literally thousands of these signals or triggers that we can monitor using AI in our workflows. Funding, mergers and acquisitions, regulatory update is a big one, product line expansions, operational restructuring. They're launching a new product, they're launching a new service. There's a new hire within the company. All these things we can monitor, and then you can do your outreach as you see fit, whether it be email, LinkedIn, phone, it doesn't matter. That's up to you. So what does this look like exactly? So we have data coming in. It doesn't matter how it comes in through a CRM. It doesn't matter. And then we obviously get all the information about that person. We can enrich the company. Any data you could possibly imagine we can get, the industry, the description of the company, the employee count, etc. But then the really cool thing is we can use AI to, remember I was talking about all those points when there's a news announcement, when there's some kind of a trigger or social signal, we can get all that information in real time while it happens, and then you can reach out to your contacts within your CRM or outside your CRM in things like Smart Lead or Instantly or what have you. We do something called an email waterfall. We have 10 vendors that we use. In this case, I only use 3. I didn't need to use 10 for this client. And we can get all their work emails that are valid and they're being used now. And there's ways that we test this so that your bounce rate always stays below 1%. Thanks so much for watching. Check out the next AI automated workflow. It can probably help your business as well.